some nigga dick for an iPhone 6. Fuck my nigga Terry for a new Blackberry.
All right, welcome to another. I'm just gonna say it. not what you're thinking. Not what you're thinking. I'm gonna say welcome to a very special episode of the Pink Boys podcast, and it's not because we're missing an Australian. That's always a special thing. It's special because I think there's a lot going on right now, and I have one very smart person with me that can help us break all of this down. I'm excited. There's a lot going on right now, and I can't wait to break into it with everyone. So before we do that,
Red October edition.
It is the hunt for Red October with what's his name, Harrison Ford. That's what we're doing right now. So
tonight from the Pink Boys cottage, it's all over.
The Pink Boys
coming
sex
to you live
dungeon
from Burger King, where you'll be working for the next 10 years.
Oh, I had the ghost pepper nuggets at Burger King, and they were a huge letdown. That was the last time I was there. I'm also very shook. No, not at all. But I'm very shook. Oh. I think you're lying about not drinking after the one chip challenge. I think you're lying, but
nope.
That's okay.
Nope. I swear. No water.
You're full of shit, mate. That's what you are.
Nope.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
I'm just on a different level than you guys.
Well, British people think water is spicy, so I can comment on this conversation.
Cool.
But
me and Moore are like battling it out while Ari's like way down below spectating us.
Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to go super Spice Saiyan when we fight each other in person. But until then,
is to go even further beyond.
Oh, I thought you were making a joke like, and this is to go, like your food order, but you're to go beyond.
No, we're going the Autist route.
Oh, as
impossible. His power level.
The preferred route of the Pink Boys. But before I start asking a question or two, I'll just go. Tyson, how are you doing, kid?
I'm feeling good. This has been a good week for me.
Feeling good.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I'm
happy for you,
I've been
mate.
stabled up. I've been stabled up since like 50K.
So no, you haven't. Shut
at this
up.
Kid. Listen to this kid.
I have. I actually have.
You haven't.
Listen to this kid.
I respect people who lose money than people who go in stables. People who go in stables are just fucking pussies. They're just such losers.
Who's winning
But
now?
you're coping so hard right now.
Wait, me or Tyson?
You.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. And I'm fine. I'll cope all the way till the fucking crows come home. I just think it's you didn't stable it up. There's one guy who lies in our Discord server. Hold on.
When you sold your Phantom before it crashed, what did you go into?
Well, it's
a
very complicated. I actually took some of it and put it in a locked investment that some of us may be familiar
all right,
with.
okay, yep. Anyways, so in the news.
So it's okay. Tyson, I'm glad to hear you're doing well. And then how are you doing?
I am feeling overwhelmed and underwhelmed, but also comfy because I welcome the bear market with open arms for reasons we'll get into later on. But we should probably preface that.
You say welcome it as if it hasn't been here for like 6 months.
It hasn't been confirmed, I guess, but now it's very confirmed. We're in a trad bear market. We're in a trad bear market right now.
Based.
Yeah. But I have a lot to say about that. I have a lot to say about Bitcoin. I have a lot to say about a lot of other things. But obviously, I want to hear what you guys think first. So we'll just we could go in so many different directions. Talk about Bitcoin. We could talk about Luna. We could talk about the stock market. But we'll keep it simple. We'll just start simply with Bitcoin. Tyson, what do you think about what's going on right now with Bitcoin?
I think we got the...
Go ahead, real quick, and if that takes you in a different direction, feel free to go in that different direction. Just say what you got to say. Yeah.
Last week, I said we were in compression, and we were going to hit 32 to 28K, and voila, it hit 28K at the bottom. So, I've been fucking sniping it this entire week, dude.
The bottom was
I've increased my folio by like
6.7K.
15% stack increase, and I said the bottom's at 26K.
26.7K. That's where it bombed out.
So,
So
word
far.
on the street is if you go back a few episodes, there's a lot of hard-hitting intellectuals on this very podcast that have been calling for 28K for quite a while, and it looks like we went right around there, which is amazing. So Tyson, keep expanding. I like what you're saying, kid.
Yeah, I think the worst is over.
Really? Okay.
I feel like we will scam down. Like, there's a good chance we scam down like one last time, but after that, that should be like the last scam, and we should probably reverse back to like 37 to 40K after that.
And then what? Another painful like true dump, or we'll start recovering?
I'm not good at like projections that far, so I'm not going to do that.
Okay, because you'll be wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you think?
But also, can I just
go
step
ahead,
in
Tyson.
and
for sure.
Go for it.
Press S to spit on tomb for suiciding.
Oh my gosh! Don't. We'll cast them aside. Gee, those guys are still waiting in the gallows. It's like when you're on what's it called? Like execution row. What's the row called? Where you're waiting to get yeah, that's all. You're right. That is what it's called. They're on death row. We still got to work our way down to them. But I won't spit on their graves, because if I were you, I'd get in them right now, because Harry's just going to put $1 billion in it and make the peg recover. But
isn't Harry
that's what I think.
completely fucked right now?
Yeah, like didn't he get liquidated?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't quite
He
think so.
He's in hot water right now, as far as I know.
He's about to be in hot water after I push him over the edge of his yacht and make him drown.
All
Yeah,
right. In Minecraft.
No, in real
coming,
life,
boy?
he still owes me
my
a
God.
fucking airdrop. It's almost the end of Q2, but we'll get to that. We got a lot of things to get to, but also, okay, what do you think about what Bitcoin's doing?
All right. So, a lot of what Tyson's. All right. So it's a lot of what Tyson said, but
right.
I want to go in a little bit deeper, a little more in depth. So I'm going to tell you about something you kids don't know about, all right? You know about the WM2NS, the money stock?
No, what is that?
You don't know about the money stock index?
I do
All
know.
right. Some shit, blah, blah, blah. I think something, blah, 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 adjusted for inflation. You can make a Bitcoin chart off of that, and it accounts for the Fed's money stock and shit. With that, okay. Bitcoin never made a new all-time high in November of 21, and this current wick actually went down to it actually wicked below the all-time high of 2017 when you consider
Really?
that. Yes,
Damn.
it did. For everyone tuning in, you'd go on TradingView and you'd type in BTC/WM2NS, and it should be the M2 money stock.
Okay.
This accounts for the
only issue I have with
economy.
with charts like that is that the market is made up of like real people, like participants, right? And if no one like looks at that actively, it's not like a real thing. Like trend lines only work because people believe they work, right? So
I'm not.
but
not
it's
really sure
it's
how
an
many people-
indicator.
So,
No one's drawing
sure how
fucking
many people, like-
triangles on it.
So let me give you the quick
who looks
rundown.
at money
on this.
supply, Bitcoin.
Yeah. Let me give you the
much.
rundown. With this chart, you would have known that it was a double top, because the previous all-time high wouldn't have been broken, and you would have been able to consider, like, because after the initial all-time high in during this cycle, we had like an influx of some bullshit by the Fed and everything, right? That wasn't accounted for on the standard Bitcoin charts. It just looked like it was fucking ripping. Along with like the uncertainty in trads and all that, like you wouldn't have accounted for any of that. But with this, you can. It should be noted though that on the log, if you go from the March crash of 2020, like you draw a trend line from there, we're around that area, so I guess we're kind of in a support region. But the fact that we actually like touched like a 2017 region is, to me, quite astounding.
Bullish. That's bullish, I think, from what I'm hearing.
Bitcoin has never previously touched a previous. It's never fallen to a previous all-time high. I was going to say that.
Maybe
I think
bottoming out
I
then.
think I think the fact that Bitcoin can be like charted on a log graph because of its exponential nature. I think as the market cap grows larger and larger, we might start seeing that happen more and more. Like Bitcoin going to like all-time high territory. Because like realistically, like last time in 2017, Bitcoin 20x'd its all-time high, its previous one, right? Because all-time high was like 1300. Now, at most, it like 3x'd its all-time high. So,
am I saying this the wrong way, Tyson? But it's a lot easier to push Bitcoin from $200 to $3,000 with a low market cap than 60 grand
easier.
to 300 grand.
Way easier.
Okay,
Far
that's what
easier.
you mean.
But we also have perps now as well, which should you should
Well,
also
that screws
consider.
everything up, right?
It does.
yeah.
Perps
Okay.
and stablecoin and all of that. It's a very different beast to where it was pre 2017 even. But
Feels like
speaking
just want
of
Arthur to come back.
Arthur has always been with us. For everyone that doesn't know, Arthur Hayes, he writes nothing but Kino on his blog, and I recommend everyone read his shit because he's probably the only truly honorable man in this entire space.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would take a bullet for that man.
Yeah.
Truly.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful
You know,
ode to Arthur.
Looking
Hayes.
back on my days in BitMEX, they really were like some fun days. He made a really fun platform.
I miss seeing BitMEX screenshots. I do miss seeing that. A lot of
Yeah.
people just moving the slider and taking.
He went to
snippets of it.
prison so his customers wouldn't get fucked, and I think that's incredibly based by definition.
He died so we could live. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, yeah.
That's
Also,
die.
there's
He's-
something
he's-
about
he's still in a good
the
spot.
BitMEX UI that like just gives you more gains. Like BitMEX is the only site. It's the only exchange that I've managed to pull off like a ADX on an account before.
I really like Femex. I think Femex probably has the best UI of any futures and any derivatives platform today for crypto.
I messed around on Femex before and I liked it as well. I thought it was nice, very polished.
You look at
Yeah, it's
Bybit's
very
UI
polished.
and versus like BitMEX, and it's like soul versus soul. It's like
Binance, KuCoin, all of that shit. It's all AIDS.
I
Yeah.
fucking hate Binance so much. I can't believe I even traded a cent on that platform. I fucking hate it. I hate the way it looks and everything about it. Really,
Femex is so clean and simple. They literally just have one place for spot trading, and then they have like a dedicated futures part of it. And in the futures platform, it's all futures. In the spot bit, it's all spot. In spot, they use Tether. In the contract one, they all use UST, the same stable coin. So it's all so clean and tidy, and it's beautiful.
Okay, well we'll give you time.
I'm surprised you
Go.
guys aren't FTX chads.
FTX is great as well, but it requires KYC, unlike Femex.
Oh right.
Okay.
So yeah.
Well, I'm glad you guys could nerd out over your UIs, but I just had to point out there's a few things that have been bothering me socially about this Bitcoin crash.
Autism?
No, that's like background noise to me now after talking to you guys for so long. I can't even tell when I'm looking at it anymore. But the one thing I've seen thrown around a lot lately is people keep saying this. They keep saying the same thing. They say this is just like March 2020, the COVID dump. This dump is nothing like the COVID dump. And it is nothing like the dump that happened in May of last year. These dumps are reminiscent of when Bitcoin dropped from 6K to 3K about 4 years ago. That was, you know why that dump
was horrifying.
Because I'm seeing a lot of people saying, and I've been wanting this for a long time, and I brought it up on this very podcast. I've been wanting this, and I have to get this out. I've been wanting this for a very long time. I want a dump from Bitcoin that will make people say, fuck this and leave crypto. And that's what this dump has done. I've seen everyone on Twitter saying, crypto's done, haha, L for crypto bros and everything. Flush everyone out. I love when stuff like this happens. And the best part about it is it's not even that bad. This is nothing. Bitcoin going from 60K, what was its like 70K or something?
69K.
69K to 30K is fucking nothing.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I'm gonna say it. I don't think it's over yet.
Yeah, maybe that's because we haven't seen real capitulation.
This is not Max Payne.
It might not be, but I'm starting to see sentiment show that people are really, really down on crypto right now, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, alts, I'd say we might find capitulation with alts right now. They dumped far heavier in relation to Bitcoin than I thought.
But I think we before we get into this. So speaking of going to the moon, the elephant in the room, the moon, Luna.
Oh yeah.
Get it? You see what I did there?
Yeah, very creative. Yeah.
Anyway, so
I fucking love Luna. I'm sorry.
All right.
It made me like so much money on the weekend.
It did, but it might have not made people money lately. But do you have anything to say about our?
All right, so this is the main thing in the news.
Well, let me just preface real quick. It went from $120 to 0.03 cents.
Yeah.
Less than that. 0.00003 cents.
Okay, I was about to buy back in at $1. I'm glad I didn't.
Oh no! Every single day it kept going down like minus 95%.
Oh man.
So,
okay, what you got?
let's get right into this. Okay, so
well, just to put it in perspective, since it topped out at $100, Luna has had 5 consecutive 99% drawdowns since then.
Are you serious?
5 times it's went down 99%. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Wow. Okay. All right.
Go
ahead.
All right. So I'm just gonna paraphrase the Wall Street Journal because I'm gonna say the same thing anyway. I'm probably saying a stupid way, so I may as well do this.
Of course you will.
Yes, you're right. Yeah. Anyway.
You possessed?
Demon got me.
Go ahead. I'll pray him away. Go ahead.
When the BBC hits.
Thanks for that, Adam.
Okay then. So, Terra Luna, Terra UST, what's going on? So, traders said that the catalyst for the drop, which began over the weekend of May 7th to 8th and snowballed the following Monday, May 9th, was a series of large withdrawals from Anchor Protocol, a kind of crypto bank created by developers at Mr. Kwan's firm. So Kwan is like the guy behind Luna. Some funny shit about him we'll get into later on. So by early May, investors had deposited more than $14 billion of Terra UST in Anchor. According to the platform's website, the bulk of the stablecoin supply was parked in the Anchor platform. Big transactions over that May weekend knocked Terra UST its $1 value. The instability prompted more investors to pull their Terra UST from Anchor and sell the coin. That in turn led to more investors to withdraw from Anchor, creating a cascading effect, more withdrawals and more selling. Terra USD deposits at Anchor fell to about 1.6 billion by May 13th. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, so this is what they say. Now we're going to get into the real shit, and we're going to go to the most reliable source, and that, of course, is 4chan. So this is what really happened, okay?
Okay, cool.
This is a screenshot you've probably been seeing around on Twitter. It was posted like a day before, I think. Oh, shit went down. It reads as follows. BlackRock and Citadel borrowed 100k Bitcoin from Gemini. It appears in their loan book. They swapped 25,000 of that BTC into UST. This was all done quietly in anticipation of an attack. When the time was right, they called up to Do Kwon at Terra Foundation and said that they wanted to sell a lot of Bitcoin for UST. As it was a large trade, they told him they didn't want to move the market and asked if he would like to buy their large block of Bitcoin at a discount for UST. Okay, so Do Kwon took the bait. He gave them a huge chunk of UST, thus lowering the UST liquidity significantly. At that point, BlackRock and Citadel dumped all of the Bitcoin and UST, causing massive slippage and triggering a cascade of forced selling of both assets. The real problem was BlackRock/Citadel knew that Anchor, which holds a lot of Luna, was a Ponzi scheme. They supposedly offered 20% staking APY, and this crash would trigger
which is pretty high. That's high.
It is quite high, yeah. And this crash would trigger more withdrawals than Anchor can repay. These forced withdrawals and selling would trigger a massive sell-off in Luna, thus further breaking the $1 peg and wrecking the market further. BlackRock and Citadel can now buy the Bitcoin back cheaply and repay the loan and pocket the difference. Meanwhile, billions of longs in Bitcoin were wiped out. This was pure market manipulation. Blah 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 blah.
I wish that was true.
Yeah, that's probably not true. But basically, I think a lot of their issues came from the fact that they started using Bitcoin as a reserve asset for UST, and that made it vulnerable to attack. I think that's a part of it. So there were a lot of moving parts. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Luna was buying like hundreds of millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin for the UST peg, I think, a couple months before this. And yeah, you're right. Like I think using Bitcoin is like the base for their peg. In like market catalyst situations like this, when it cascades, it really does fuck everything up.
It did beyond it just to an extreme degree. Did you have something to add?
So do you guys understand how Terra and Luna are supposed to work?
So I was under the impression that you could exchange Luna for Terra, so they have some sort of symbiotic relationship. But Terra is their UST $1 stablecoin, and when you knock that, and that peg is contingent on Luna. So if you fuck with Luna to a ridiculous degree, you can knock UST off its peg, and I think it gets to a certain point where they had to keep printing Luna to support the peg. And when you print Luna, you flood the supply, thus drawing down the price. And now it's gone to a comically low price that no one ever expected. And I guess the use case for Luna came from the yields on Anchor Protocol, which were based on very flimsy tokenomics, which weren't sustainable. So apparently
it was a Ponzi scheme, Anchor, and it only unraveled as a Ponzi scheme once like Luna started crashing really fucking hard, which caused some people to like unstake and take their money out. But since the money didn't exist anymore, it caused they started panicking, and it caused a bank run on Anchor. So that fueled.
Is that what happened? A lot of people were trying to pull out of there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, do you guys think what happened with Luna is a reason why the market's down so much, or it's just something that's happening on the side that's not really helping out?
Well, they did buy $10 billion of Bitcoin.
Did they really?
Yeah, so
what do you mean, like BlackRock and all them?
No, Terra.
Oh, right.
Took the unusual step of buying $10 billion of Bitcoin. Let's have a look.
That's interesting. So yeah, $120 down to 0.0003 cents, and there was I feel bad because there was a guy who recommended me Mega Weapon, and he was all in on Luna. And
oh no!
So good for. He was like, "Luna is my Bitcoin." That doesn't seem like it was entirely safe.
That's not the only one that was hit. My shout out to my roommate who lost 50 grand on Luna.
Really?
This week, yeah.
Did he get in early enough so he made money on it and then just lost all of it, basically?
Nope, he got in at $80, sold at 20, and then rebought at $2 and rode it all the way down to 0.
Oh,
so
no.
So Bobo, if you're out there, his name is actually Bobo. So
I thought you were gonna make him. They're gonna say like Bobo to go claim his young soul or something.
Yeah.
Like that.
I mean, I feel for the guy. I mean, got a few friends who got hit by it, and
didn't lose like 300K.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yes, of course, this affected the wider market too, for whatever reason. I mean, you can go into conspiracy or whatever, blah blah blah. The fact of the matter is, everything was affected, and I'm sorry, but I have to say it, but Link went to $5.50.
Yep.
And you know what? I'm just sad, to be honest.
I'm not. I'm loving it.
I'm not. I hope they fucking rot. Who cares? That's pathetic. You're holding that down to $5, and they're probably happy about it too. Oh, I got it at 50 cents, so it doesn't matter. Yeah. You're a fucking loser. I don't fucking
just to put this in perspective, right? If you bought after the fucking Oracle pump, you guys are back there now. That's how long you guys have held this back down to.
Dude, I don't even hold
fucking
Bitcoin, and you
losers.
just made me. I don't hold Link, and you just made me sick to my stomach. I didn't buy it. I didn't buy a single fucking Link over $1, and I never will. I'll buy some more Link when it's under $1. How's that sound? How's that sound for a deal? But hey,
But
you know,
as the saying goes, didn't read, never selling. Am I right?
yeah, is that what they say?
Satoshi and ETH-wise, it's at pre-mainnet levels now, I believe.
Yeah.
Which is
Absolutely.
because, man, this shit does so much for us. It's just, you guys should feel sad about this.
I
I'm
should
not
feel
sad about
sad, but honestly, the community around Link is so cringe that it's just soured any appreciation.
It's cringe
I have for the
now. It
project.
wasn't always cringe.
You
and
know what?
that.
That's just because no, never mind.
Because
I
we
won't go-
left it. Yeah.
No. I won't say anything like that. My issue with Link is, first off, you know, you have a Pepe avatar where he's making a funny face at a keyboard or something, and you're saying all the. I get it. You're part of you're part of an internet cult. That's what you do. It's pathetic, but that's for some reason your personality avatar,
As if
and
you're
that's
any
fine.
different.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't have a Pepe avatar. I have a SpongeBob one. So yes, I'm very different. I'm much more higher brow than that. But my issue is with the team. That's who my beef is with. These fuckers
Really?
have been promising stuff for the last 3 years.
All
They
right,
haven't done
all
a
right, all right,
fucking
all right.
thing.
All right,
what
now
have these
listen,
losers done?
Okay. We can go
Dude,
into
they have a
lot of
team.
things.
No, why don't you suck them off? There's literally hundreds of
I
them.
will.
They can't even spit out fucking staking. They'd have 3 years to do it, and there's like 100 of them there, and 20 women in their HR department. They can't hire someone to finish up fucking staking for their own coin.
Never
It's
mind the fact that
pathetic.
they promised staking at the start of 2022, so it's nearly 2 fucking years.
Actually, no. They said
past their
staking was going to be
deadline.
finalized in 2019.
Oh,
Tyson, you said
great.
2022. They said staking was coming 3 years ago. Now when they come out with it, no one's going to give a fuck. No one's going to care. People cared when it was above $30. Nobody cares now. So you can stake your Link and make an extra, I don't know, 10% Link a month. Who fucking
Yeah.
cares? It's a worthless token.
You want to
know?
know something funny about this also?
DeFi exists now. Go ahead.
Okay, so recently, Luna on the Venus protocol. So on Venus, they use Chainlink oracles, the price feeds, and the Chainlink price feed. I think it was like frozen or something. Something happened to it, and it was stuck at 10 cents. So all the while Luna was at like 0.000 whatever the fuck. This was reporting 10 cents because of the Chainlink oracle for whatever reason, and so 2 accounts actually deposited 230 million Luna, valued at $24 million, and then they borrowed against that higher. They borrowed money against that incorrect price, and then they pulled it out. So thanks to Chainlink, some guys got away with $13.5 million.
Did they get away with it because the Chainlink price feed
Yes.
screwed up?
Yes.
Or
I don't. Okay, listen. I don't know if it was. I'm not sure if it was. I'm not sure if it was the price feed's fault itself. I think it was. I'm pretty sure that wasn't supposed to happen.
I just think,
sure. As I understand, the price feeds aggregate like all Luna prices, and then like makes like an average out of them, and then like reports that. So going by this as well, I'm guessing the feed is frozen or something. Something happened like that.
I don't
So
know.
I wouldn't say the price feed's faulty. I'd just say whoever was in charge of that fucked up.
Oh, of course you would never say that, but I always thought this was back in the day. I saw a certain post somewhere, and it was a very boomer version of how Chainlink price feeds work in real life. And it's like 2 guys meeting each other. One guy's like, "Hey, Bob, could you tell me what the price of Ethereum is?" And he's like, "Sure, 1 second. Just can you give me $20 for a price feed so I can tell you what the price is?" And it's like an ultra boomer, and he's like, "How's the wife doing?" "Oh, she's doing well." And like, it's basically a joke that it takes you an hour to get the price of Ethereum because it's coming through some eccentric feed from Chainlink smart contracts. It's just it always stuck out to me. I always thought it was funny.
You know what's funny? Like
what?
Back in the early days of Link, we used to like dunk on XRP people saying "Oh, look, the founders are dumping on the followers." Well, Sergey literally sold like 700K increments at like $20, $30, $40.
Hey,
so that's literally what happened to them.
Dude, those XRP guys came out the other side, man. I respect them more than link holders now. At least they're comfortable in their own psychosis.
All right. I'm gonna wrap up this whole link shitting thing real quick.
Yeah.
What I will say is,
you're the one who started talking about it because it's your fucking chosen coin.
I don't hold any link
and
anymore.
now you want to change the subject.
I don't hold any link anymore.
Yeah, you get scared when Tyson and I bring the link heat, and then you try and change the subject like a fucking pussy. That's what you do.
All right. All I'll say is, new money ruins any community.
Fair point. Very fair point. Yeah.
All I'm gonna say is that Chainlink got it's on site. So
I know you're gonna say new money like med ruins communities.
on the blockchain, right? On the blockchain, Tyson.
Yeah, that's a really funny way of saying in Minecraft, I'm gonna fuck you up on the blockchain.
No, he's already been fucked up on the blockchain. It has to happen in real life now.
All right.
Dude, we need to have like a thing with him and Harry Ye where they just wake up like blindfolded, like and we'll go full Joker, like do the video like you know, like the Joker video where he shows the kidnapped guy to like the city. Yeah, we're gonna do that. So
speaking of the whole Joker shit, fucking Rose, dude. When Rose did that shit, everyone who holds Rose, I just kept messaging them, just saying,
you know what, dude? I gotta admit, Rose is holding up kind of well compared to a lot of
It's things. Not.
What's that?
Is it?
No, it's not, dude. It went to fucking 5.
Oh my god, it's fucking 7 cents, dude.
Oh my god, I thought it was at 15 cents. Are you serious?
It went to 5.5 cents. It's a borderline like. Okay, Rose.
Oh god, that's so bad.
When Rose opened, like it started at 3 cents. It went to 5.5 cents. That's horrendous. That's worse than Link.
That's so bad. I don't feel bad for Linkies. I do feel bad for Rosies. That's very sad, actually.
I don't feel bad at all for Rosies.
I think we can conclusively say Jack BTFO at this point.
Oh, no.
I don't know who that is. I want to acknowledge who that is. But
I'm surprised it's coming from you.
That's sad. That's sad. That's what happened to Rose. So I mean, look. This just goes back to what I was talking about earlier. I think that what's happening right now with Bitcoin and people's sentiment towards it, I think it is the perfect storm. If you've had something on your mind, if you want to enter the space, if you're thinking about switching up the deck, now is the time to do it. Yes, there might be a little more pain, but I don't think there'll be much more pain. I really, really don't. I think this is I feel very optimistic right now, which is weird because things have crashed so much, but I think it's great. The less people paying attention to crypto and the more people that get pissed off and make fun of it, that's even better. That's the perfect time to slide in, get things cheap. You know, people whine about wanting to be able to get into, let's say, I don't know, Link sub $5, or let's say Rose is cheap, or Phantom below 50 cents. It's at 34 cents. It got decimated. These are your chances to get into all these things. You're getting a second lease on life right now. I'm not with those coins specifically. Not with those coins specifically.
I would sell my right foot for like Phantom at 20 cents. Well, here it is. Are you going to follow through or what?
Do you feel that strongly about the protocol and what it does? Then here's the door. Go buy it right now.
You guys are walking on thin ice right now.
Why
we
is
don't know
that?
if this is because this might not be the bottom yet. If this is a bear market, then you have plenty of time. There's not really any rush.
Look, all I know is I've been around long enough to know that this feels like that 6K to 3K crash in 2017. I'm going to go off of that, or 2018. I'm going to go off of that and base my perspective from it. And from there, I know things will get better from here on out. But that's contingent on the main economy right now. But the issue,
something for our listeners to know, right? Don't feel a need to rush yourself because,
right,
as you know, well, you might not know, but like real market bottoms, they like they take a long time to form, and they give plenty of time for people to get in. It's not you're not going to get like a V reversal back up to like 50K. Okay, if this is like a real bottom, you're going to have enough time. So just chill and don't get wrecked in the process.
I don't know much about charting shit. You guys are obviously smarter at this than I am. Just very strictly speaking, with just the technical analysis and not many other things, but it's very plain for me to see that it's not going to be going back up anytime soon. There is no immediate springboard that I can see right now on Bitcoin's
no spring
chart.
chicken
So
anymore.
it's no spring chicken. But hey, I'll just use some of the words. RSI, stock RSI, MACD, they're all bottoming out on the 1 week. Can't argue with that, folks, can you? You know?
Oh, you can. It's a bear market.
Well,
no, you make good points. I just wanted to add that in a bear market, I don't think you need to do much, TA, to be honest. I wanted to break into this other point I wanted to make, which was that I think I'm becoming a Bitcoin and ETH maxi.
Good.
I think
you should.
This next cycle, all I'm going to do is just have Bitcoin and ETH, and
you finally joined the right side.
That's right. I'm on the right side of history now. And, you know, for my I'll probably have like a small percentage of my portfolio dedicated to a bit more high risk, more speculative tokens. And that's fine. But the sole purpose of that is going to be to stack more Bitcoin and ETH. And when I say Bitcoin and ETH, I should probably say ETH and Bitcoin, because ETH would probably be ETH would probably be my number one holding. And Bitcoin would probably be like the gold to my portfolio, almost like a gold and silver kind of portfolio.
Right now, I'm a USDT maxi, but when it's time to like
USDT, cringe.
Oh, USDC maxi. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
But when it's time to switch my assets to ETH, I'm doing that for sure.
It's so funny how unknowingly smart you are when you don't know anything. When I first got into crypto, I was holding a bunch of alts like XRP and Link, and I said my goal was to just make enough to just own a bunch of Bitcoin. So when I made my first Bitcoin, I'm like, I'm just going to choose this. I'm going to convert this to Bitcoin. And I never ended up doing it. But looking back, that was actually a good idea. I should have just done that over and over, because Bitcoin maxis got the life, man. Life is easy for Bitcoin maxis, man. The
best thing about having just a Bitcoin and ETH portfolio is that when you open TradingView on your phone, you literally just have two charts and that's it.
Yeah.
Hey, it makes life a lot simpler. And when ETH maybe not Bitcoin, those days might be a little bit over, but when ETH pops, it pops just as hard as the next biggest alt in the top 20. You know, it's not dead on the operating table. It still has like surprisingly good gains when things are going well. So yeah, I like that.
What I'm gonna do personally is I'm going to be trading exclusively ETHBTC. So, and I'll be going like 100% position sides like every time, if that makes sense. So hear me out, right?
ETH/BTC or ETH and BTC? Like
ETH/BTC.
Oh,
so
okay, all right.
I'll be watching that chart and I'll be like, all right, I'm going to sell ETH here and I'll go into Bitcoin. And I'll just keep doing that back and forth. Because worst case scenario, I'm always in a good token.
So you don't want to stack Bitcoin. You're not even going to stack Bitcoin in that case, right?
Well, you are stacking Bitcoin as well in that in that scenario.
Well, I mean, if you trade ETHBTC, I assume it would be for the purpose of stacking ETH, right?
Well, you'd be stacking both at the same time because you're making money.
But ETHBTC it's ETH and Bitcoin. So if you win, trading that, you only can go one way.
Hold on, wait.
Don't question I's logic. It's flawless, okay, Tyson?
Wait.
No, you're very right, I. That's very good. Yep.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah, if you kill it on ETHBTC,
wait, I'm thinking of USD. Fuck. You're right.
You guys are great.
Wait, hold on.
All right, go ahead. I'll give you a chance to correct yourself. Correct the record with Hillary Clinton. You have 10 seconds to correct the record.
I'm just gonna be. Shut the fuck. I'm just gonna be trading ETHBTC. That's all I'm gonna be doing.
Okay, ETH and Bitcoin.
ETH and Bitcoin, but mainly the ETHBTC chart, because I think ETH is the better hold.
Okay. You got too smart for your own good.
yeah, I think so a bit. You know, the cross volatility of these charts is just stressful.
So
but if you're focused on one thing, it's fine.
Absolutely. And there's a few things that have been on my mind sentiment-wise that kind of goes in hand with what we're talking about. There's a few things that have really been leaving me perturbed, and people's reactions to crypto when it dumps really bothers me. I know it sounds like I'm seething, but I'm really not. When Bitcoin is pumping and I am quite literally making money off of cryptocurrency hand over fist, people are in your face telling you it's a scam and it's always going to dump and it's always going to go down. It's like, yeah, you're most likely correct, but I am making money as we are speaking this second. Then when it dumps, they are way in your face, like, look at these losers, blah, blah, blah. And
look at the top of his chart.
Yeah, exactly. Or the bottom in this case. And it just bothers me because this goes on deeper into life, is that there's people who engage and are proactive, and there's people who don't engage and they're reactive. And the people who just stand on the sidelines and talk about crypto and don't do anything with it, they don't understand what it's like to hold 6 figures in your hand and have to make a choice, you know, especially when the money comes out of strictly nowhere at some points. They don't understand what that feels like, so they think they can just speak even though they haven't experienced it. Those type of people bother me. It's very frustrating because
you know why they do
I'm
that,
down. Go ahead. Why do you think
insecure that you're making the money?
Yeah, let's just put it this way. I'd love to make X amount, let's say 6 figures something, and lose 80% of it. That's more enjoyable to me because it's a hobby and it's fun, and I'm making money and I stash away some on the side, than just sitting there and doing nothing and just being like, crypto bros are so stupid. You know what? It just kind of bothers me. It's just like I'm having fun and you're just
exactly.
Angry,
it's like,
I guess,
I'm doing
you know?
this. I'm doing shit with my life. I'm paying my fucking rent. I'm having fun. What are
Yeah.
you doing? You're just fucking laughing. Like,
Not paying your taxes though, because fuck that.
Yeah, Tyson definitely left that out for sure. It's like, I'm paying my rent, absolutely. And I've made so many dumb mistakes with making too much money from this dumb stuff, and I look back and it's just an adventure, and I feel bad for people that don't have that same adventure.
Man,
you know,
that's such cope.
yeah.
But it's also true.
Yeah.
Now, unironically, like the best part of crypto is all the friends we made along the way.
No, I never said that at any point.
Well, I'm saying that, and you're lying to yourself if you don't feel that deep down as well.
Yeah, well, I definitely won't reveal what's deep down in this particular hour of this podcast, but maybe on our 40th episode special I will. But there's also another thing about sentiment that bothers me in the traditional markets. This got back to me a few nights ago.
Before we say that, I just wanted to say something. I wanted to go off of something you said just earlier about like 6 figs or whatever. So I just want to put some things into perspective for Luna. So when I was checking Luna on KuCoin last night, I was looking at the prices and I was just like trying to calculate like how much I could buy now and what it would have been worth at all-time high. And it was then that it really dawned on me. $100 of Luna last night would have been $1 billion at the all-time high.
Oh my
billion?
God!
What the?
Are you serious?
I'm 100% serious, and I kind of just dropped my phone at that moment, and I thought, "Fuck!" And like at that point, you realize that. It was already known that like everyone in Luna now is in a loss, right? But like that really puts it into perspective, because I'm sure there were millionaires, 8-figure, 9-figure bajillionaires who are making it off of this, and they woke up one day at zero. It's all gone, and they were talking about. I mean, no matter what it doesn't matter what you thought of Luna, whether it's a shit.
To be fair, they had like
it was a
3
top
days.
10. It was a top 10. It was by definition a blue chip. They had 3 days, Tyson, but like a dip to 20 is not a dip to like 40, like 20, 40. That's not that absurd, right? If it's a bear market, like I'm sure some people could deal with that, especially if they had millions prior.
I'm actually genuinely curious to know your guys' opinion, and I'll put this forward to the Brain Trust. Do you think we should buy Luna at any point?
No,
it's
dead.
It's
dead.
No,
I mean,
listen. There wouldn't be any harm in scalping it with chump change. Go ahead and do that for fun, but by no means buy into that shit as an investment.
All right, that's a very fair point, because it kind of got me in the same vein as when XRP was investigated by the SEC and people thought it would never recover. There's some people who made good money getting into Ripple around 20 cents when it got decimated, and I think it went back up close to $1, and that was just based on people trading it. It certainly isn't off anything good that Ripple's doing, because it's never.
Just another cool statistic, right? If Luna goes back to all-time high market cap, the price of 1 Luna because of the inflation would be 45 cents at most.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
$120 to 45 cents.
Which Yeah, I mean, but that's also a massive, massive multiplier in itself. We're talking
It is.
four
It is.
zeros before we get a digit.
Yeah.
So
let's
like,
just say
it got
Go
flipped
ahead.
by SHIB. It got flipped by SHIB.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But let's put it this way. So even within the same genre of what we're talking about right now, people who kind of sit on the sidelines and do whatever else. What happened with Luna? I did ruin people's lives, and I really don't mean to be insensitive, but that's just exciting. It's just crazy. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. It's very exciting, and I also think it's kind of exposing the Ponzi-nomics that go on with these ridiculous tokens. It's just interesting to watch, and this is the risk you take with this stuff. And I think a lot of people accept that risk. And people will be like, are you upset that you lost 80% of your portfolio? I'm not, because I've accepted this risk years ago. Yeah. So it means nothing to me. I feel nothing in a good way, I guess. Go ahead.
You know something funny? So from the bottom, I think it was from the bottom yesterday or something. Luna is up 19,733%.
Could you
yet
even buy it?
it's-
I think the chain's halted, right? So you can't.
No,
even
you can
buy.
buy. You can buy it on KuCoin.
Oh,
Really?
okay.
Yeah. Oh wait, it reclaimed a zero. That's interesting. So it's zero. It's 3 zeros now before a digit.
That's
So it's
crazy.
interesting. So you could have
Yeah.
been scalping that last night, and made a good bit of money actually on
You
that.
could have made it for life. I don't know what the liquidity looks like, but you could have definitely made some moves.
You could have definitely.
When it
made
first
some money
hit,
off
when it first hit $1 for the first time, I bought like a good chunk of it, and I sold it at 5, and then I'm never touching it
Nice.
ever again.
Great
Nice,
play. That's
Yeah.
what I was tempted to do that back. So it went from 1 to around 8, I think, and then went back to 2, and that's when I was tempted to buy again, and that would have been very bad.
I think one of our
Yeah,
friends
yeah.
posted a P&L screenshot, and he made 9,000, like over 9,000% in like an hour.
Really? That's
Yeah, just
incredible.
like just fucking around with that.
That's very impressive. Very impressive. No, the thing I was going to say before we got into Luna, and this is just a traditional market stuff that it's just been on my mind, is you see from libertarian types and a lot of people who complain that the value of our markets isn't accurately reflected by how much a company is actually worth. So when the market is growing at an insane
Glowing.
pace, yeah, well, it is definitely doing that these days too. Yeah, when the market is growing at an incredible pace, people always, people who talk about the Fed and fake fiat currency and all this stuff, they're always like, this is completely unsustainable. We can't sustain this, blah, blah, blah. So then it goes up at an exponential rate, and people are complaining the whole time it does. Then it crashes, and those same people are complaining that it's crashing. To you, this should be a good thing, because it means that the market is starting to reflect the actual value of what you think it should be worth. But instead, they just complain while it's going
just
up
made a
and
really,
complain
really
while
good
it's
point.
going down. So, yeah, what do you think about that?
That's a great point, because
Their
know,
justification for that is that because they moralize, they say, "Oh, this crash is hurting people." So
no, listen,
that's
I
why it's
don't.
bad.
Okay, and I'm not defending capitalism when I say this, but this is capitalism.
Never on this podcast. Never.
This is capitalism the way it's supposed to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
The weak are purged, and the strongest thrive. Strongest being Bitcoin, even though that's suffering as well. They fucked up. They didn't get bailed out. They're done. All right.
Yeah.
And going back to, do you remember when airliners and shit were getting bailed out?
Yes.
During COVID.
COVID, I think it was. Yep.
Yes, and it was that fuck, I forgot his full name. You know the Chamath guy, Bitcoin maxi billionaire.
The guy who said something like very insensitive and people got mad at him about it.
Yeah, I think it was on. It was either
Craig Wright?
He was talking about like the Uyghur Muslims, and he said that level is up here. Uyghur Muslims are down here. Or something.
that wasn't the thing I was referring to, but
okay.
yeah,
Is that the same guy?
Same guy.
Okay,
Same
okay.
guy. Same guy.
I agree with his sentiment on that particular thing, by the way. But keep going.
He went on.
Based.
I think it was CNBC, or it might have been CNN, and the reporter guy was like, "Oh, so you think the government shouldn't bail out these airliners and should just let them fall?" And like, he literally just responded with yes.
Yeah, what's the fucking argument otherwise? Like, what's
Yeah.
yeah.
They were like, "Oh, well, that's absurd! I can't believe you'd say such a thing."
That's a good point on top of my point, though. People talk about how great capitalism is, but then when shit gets real and capitalism gets real, then they want to scurry away. I mean,
yeah, then they want socialism.
Hey,
Save
I'm getting
me
there,
now.
man. It's a long journey, but I'm getting there. But that's the thing that also bothers me. People complain about inflation. So then the Fed has higher interest rates, and people are complaining about higher. What you just complained about inflation, and the only way to combat that is higher interest rates. But you're complaining about that too. Just say you're politically, ideologically motivated, and you won't be happy with no matter what happens, as long as some certain person that you want in power is saying something somewhere at some point. I don't know what more people can do at this point with this economy. I think it's great when it corrects like this. We just had a giant, massive stock rally over the last 2 years during a pandemic, and now it's mildly correcting, and people are angry about it and think it's some reflection off it bothers me. And Bitcoin hasn't even crashed that much either. I think people
this is off topic, but it reminds me of the time like when people would complain like oh, this champion in Overwatch is too overpowered. Then they would nerf it, and then they say, oh, why the fuck did you nerf it? It's so bad now. It's like, why the fuck did you complain in the first place?
Why, of all the analogies you could have used, did you go with
I don't know,
fucking Overwatch one?
Because Overwatch 2 beta release. Hey, Tyson, you picked the right guy to say it to, because I got an Overwatch beta. I love that game to death, and then Blizzard ruined it. They ruined it with their meta.
I want to be Tracer. Wait, no. I want to be Winston.
No, I think it was like, maybe I'll be Tracer. I don't know. Something like that.
Nerf Bastion.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, that reminds me when TikTok was fucking fun in like 2018, like 17. Dude. Well, I mean, come on. There are plenty of hot girls on there.
She was 50.
What? No, she's 18.
All right. Yeah, all right, Mr. fucking Schmeckelberg, relax, dude. All right, there's plenty of different countries where I'm sure that girl is fine the age she is right now, anyway. So Tyson can say whatever he wants.
Wait, hold on.
I'm not building a good case for myself after last episode, but whatever. Maybe people didn't listen to that, so it's all good.
Oh no, I want to make sure they listen to that part because I want to remind them.
Yeah, you have your glasses down, you're like flipping through the pages, like, and please refer to minute number 5 of the previous podcast. Yeah, no,
just you wait, guys. We'll have a courtroom episode soon.
Yes, one that an unplanned one. No, I'm just kidding.
Johnny Depp and Amber Heard will be in the audience this time.
I think one of us is going to end up in court, tax court, some kind of court by the end of this year.
Tax courts, goddamn.
It's like, Your Honor, I just bought Monero oil. I like it a lot. You know? And I lost the private key. What can I say?
You also like crashing your boat here, Mr. Tyson Trades. What can you say about that?
Why is it you had 5 consecutive boating accidents in the same day?
What can I say? I love fishing.
Yeah, I just like to jump in after them while my boat is running, and I have my private key in my pocket.
I like spearfishing with my ledger.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, it's like, what can I say? The ledger makes good bait, right?
Yeah, seriously.
The fish love my shitcoins, man. What can I say?
So I'll just put a bow on it and say I'm very fed up with the sentiment that's going around. I think Bitcoin is holding up relatively well, and I do think there's more blood to be had if the traditional markets don't find a way to recover soon, and I think that sentiment may change depending on how midterm elections go this year. I'm not saying a certain party will make the economy better or worse, but it certainly changes sentiment, at least in the short to medium term. So that might
you just
give
made
a
me think
respite.
of something.
Okay.
Maybe this is selfish, but I want shit to like pop off. Like, I'm so bored these days. Like, I want this to be like a new depression or something like that.
Oh, okay.
All right. You go ahead. Thank you, Tyson.
I was just going to say, so you know how they say the markets reflect human psychology? Mm-hmm. When you said the word blood, naturally, I immediately thought of menstruation. And it's only occurred to me now that given how these market cycles kind of occur in very consistent intervals of about 4 years or so, it seems like. And, you think about it, right?
Bitcoin's just menstruating.
Yeah, we have...
Wow.
Yeah, it's reflecting human psychology, and it's also reflecting human physiology by virtue of women. So
what about
is
human
Bitcoin a
physiognomy?
woman?
You sound so sexy right now. As a menstruating man, I can barely contain myself. I really can't. With that accent and everything until Tyson interrupted with his fucking Kiwi garbage fucking mouth. It was just beautiful. That was just beautiful.
Is Bitcoin a woman? Think about the volatility as well.
If Bitcoin was a woman, would you have sex with it? That's the question. You know?
What have we been doing all this time? Have we just been dominated by them?
Go with
are we humans or are we dancers?
Ethereum.
Yeah, that's true.
My signs are vital.
I remember
My
I
bags
dated
are cold.
Yeah, there we go. I remember I dated a girl with like a hot emo sister. Just weird regrets.
Ooh.
You know.
But, that was the focal point of the entire relationship. That emo sister. That's when you know.
There were a lot of focal points of that relationship with. Never mind. Can't say that publicly yet. Maybe someday.
Never mind. You'll find someone like
you're
her.
all a good kid. It's
you
all
wish nothing but the best for her.
I'll just hold that one in. But real quick before I start asking about more exciting things, I will just say,
what's
Tyson.
His name?
Yeah. What's his name, Con? What's his name?
Why did I laugh?
Tyson, I'll just say this because you reminded me of it. I am on tomb.com as we speak.
Oh, no.
And
here we go.
It says one tomb is worth 0.34 phantom. That is abysmal. One T share is worth $400. I was considering buying a bunch of them at $1,000. I'm glad I didn't do
If you
that.
buy tomb or anything phantom related, I am going to fly to wherever the fuck you are, and I'm going to fire a meteor at your house by the will of God.
After I give Harry a good stern talking to.
Rogan Josh.
Oh no! Please don't! No.
No, after I said it tasted like tomatoes, I might have a problem here. But yeah,
I can't believe that you're an Italian that doesn't like tomatoes.
You know, well, when you try eating that stuff every single night growing up, you get sick of it. You get sick of Italian. I can't believe people go out for Italian food. That's what blows my mind. People are always like, "What's your favorite food to go out for?" And they say Italian. I'm like, "What? That's weird." But I will just say, you know what? Let's check in a few months. I think this peg will recover. I think this peg will recover in a few months.
We'll see if we're alive in a few months, if this is a bear market.
That's true, too. We could have a nuclear holocaust. That's true. Or
that would be nice. That would be nice.
That would be something interesting.
Or maybe,
but something...
No.
You know how fucked up it is?
Well done, Tyson. Good job.
We're so devoid of true meaning that we wish for a nuclear holocaust just so we could exist in a time that matters. You know?
That is very deep if I were a agnostic or atheist, but I'm not. I have already found my meaning. So
true.
It's like every decade. It's like every decade has like one big event, right? And it's like, where the fuck is our event? Like nothing's happening.
You guys weren't conscious, or you can't remember 9/11. 9/11 was fucking sick. I'm fine with that.
You fucking American.
Oh, well, that's like when the Phillies won the World Series. I'm like, I'm good. They don't need to win another World Series for the rest of my life.
I bet you think Jesus was also an American.
It kind of is a big deal. Like because of 9/11, they introduced the Five Eyes spying program, and which New Zealand is part of. So thanks to 9/11, yeah, like there's no privacy.
Yeah. We're clocking in overtime, and I'm going to say something. And this is pure after hours right now.
Your Honor,
I'm just going to say I did not know that she was that. No, I'm going to say that
she was 17. You sick fuck.
She was 17 minutes, 364 days, 23 hours, and 59 minutes and 59 seconds. You fucking sicko.
She was 9/11. You sick fuck. No, I was going to say 9/11 was the baton, the passing of the torch, the harbinger, the bearer of the old world into the new world. It was from the 90s to so back in the 90s. The 90s was the apex of society, and I'm kind of stealing this from the Matrix, but I think they're right in this instance. We were just connected enough where it was feasible, but we weren't too connected, so we still had human interaction. The economy was in a really healthy place. There was enough religion in America, but not too much that people felt overwhelmed. The early
racism
90s
was on its way out, unironically.
It was in a place where it was good or bad. I won't comment on that specifically, but maybe
Would you really prefer the 90s over the 80s?
Race relations are better than they are now. I'll just real quick. I'll just say that 9/11 ended that utopia of the 90s and brought us into the hell world that we're in now. Racial relations are worse. And yes, I would say the 90s are far better. I'm not an 80s guy. I don't care about any of that shit. Go watch Stranger Things, you fucking soy boy loser. I don't care about any of that.
I wasn't alive during the 80s,
shit.
I'm just asking.
No, none of that stuff. The music was all right because it was different and everything was a little more vibrant. And I wasn't born in the 80s. It's just for me looking back. But the 90s were... It was just the time when the 80s learned all its lessons and tried to create the perfect world from that, and it was perfect. And then 9/11 changed everything. So I have a lot to say. I got a lot to say about that.
The way things went shit between the 90s / early 2000s to like just onwards, where everything just went to shit. It's kind of like this. It's like a similar phenomenon to how the early internet was a keynote place to be. For people that were really into that kind of stuff, and after it was only it was the iPhone, right? That was the invention that, from by which when we crossed that point, fuck, what am I trying to say?
No, you're good. You're on a good track.
Yeah, it is around doing that time.
Same kind of phenomenon.
2010, around there. That's when like the old like Wild West internet like died off. And now,
absolutely,
yeah, because of the iPhone. Because prior to that, you had to make a commitment to go on the internet. For one, because of that commitment, people would usually either do it for work, or if you were to do it for entertainment, most people would do it through like video games, right? And if it wasn't for that, like i.e. fucking autists and weirdos, right, the outcasts of society, then you could delve into like the more obscure kind of things and have real fun. Right, but once the iPhone came out, everything became way more accessible. There's no commitment anymore. People were doing it anywhere and everywhere they want. Along with the fact that not only was there a commitment, but because of like the platforms you'd use it on, i.e. a desktop or something, you'd have to develop it. People would have to develop for this shit. Knowing that not many people would use it anyway. But with the iPhone, you could make more novel things that more people will use because it's a tap away to most people. Does that make sense?
Well, I think it's a symptom of the internet was just completely corporatized, and that's unfortunately a byproduct of rampant capitalism, is that eventually everything has to be monetized and corporatized when it used to just be, here's a Metroid Prime forum to talk about whatever the fuck you want, and that's it, you know?
Why,
I miss that so much.
Why did it become corporatized? Why did they view the new internet as a means for all that? It's because like so many more people that you could profit off of were coming on, and that was because because of the iPhone.
Back in the day, you used to. I mean, the thing that makes me the saddest now, and we're just going way off at this point, and I don't even care. The thing that bothers me the most now is even 10 or 12 years ago, you could go on YouTube and search for the most batshit insane conspiracy stuff you can find. Now, if you look for that on YouTube, all gone. Even within the last 4 years, especially over COVID. I used to watch dumb videos of people trying to find underground bunkers in Walmart. Are there? I don't know. I'll leave that up to the audience. But now you can't even find videos of people. Yeah, right? Nowadays, you can't even find videos of people freaking out about it. Like, everything's deleted. It's no fun. It's just not fun anymore. You know? It's all
for kids as well.
You know what it is? It's like the whole internet has become NPR. Basically, like a whole sanitized.
Yeah. It's very sanitized. Like, that's a good word.
Sanitized.
Yeah, that's a good word.
You know, it just dawned on me now, but early Bitcoin was probably the last, like, true... like cool part, like that was the last like truly cool remnant of the old internet, even though it was spawned in like 2008, which is literally like right after the end of it, but it was like niche enough, and it's quite literally
the swan song. It's the swan song for the old internet,
more or less. And like even that now is pretty much fucked. Like crypto is cringe, let's be honest.
Just, in conclusion, if you've gone this far, crypto is cringe. Let's be honest. I like that. That is true.
But there are absolutely cool projects out there. I just think crypto is it's still in its infancy. Mainstream adoption is a ways off. I mean,
I think you're right.
Early.
Up until a Zoomer cannot differentiate between like a standard Web 2.0 app that they download off the App Store, and one that happens to run on Web 3, I don't think mainstream adoption will arrive. Like, there has to be a seamless transition to the point where you don't even know there's blockchain involved.
Well, someone
here's my threshold for like how close crypto is to like actually being adopted. If a grandma can still send her money to like a wrong like ETH address and like lose all her money, it's probably not going to be adopted. It has to evolve to the point where it's you have insurance for that kind of thing. It's really easy. You can like search people up by their address, linked up by their name.
That's the problem, though.
It's not going to happen.
We need a platform we need a platform in which you can use crypto to transact, but it explicitly prevents you from using ETH addresses as a means to do that. Instead, what they should do is do it exclusively through just like a PayPal-like system, email address, contact, phone number, that kind of thing. It just happens to use blockchain as the back end. That's the kind of thing you probably want for adoption.
But I like the fact that a grandmom can send it to the wrong address and lose all her money. That's what makes crypto fun. I'm glad I can go to sleep, invest it in two with a 2, and then over. Yeah, but at the same time, we're just talking about sanitizing crypto at this point, and that'll probably remove room for crazy gains because it'll be safer. And
the other part about
wants
crypto
it to be safe. I want crypto to be less safe.
The more safe it becomes, the more it's going to get adopted, which means higher exponential gains. It is a trade-off, but if you want like a continuous bull runs, you will have to have.
I think we're really confusing adoption with, for one, perpetual bullshit pretend money, like literal pretend minted money, and or institutions, again, just P and D'ing. Along with what was I gonna say?
You're gay.
Oh yeah. The other thing that nice. The other thing that I think often goes ignored with crypto's nature is the fact that it's 24/7. So
that's true.
Your mind, you're literally not even safe on the weekends. You cannot sleep. Yeah. You quite literally can.
You're not safe.
And I don't.
I haven't slept in like fucking years.
I'm not even fucking around, dude. Like, ever since I got into crypto, my sleep has been fucked. That shit has not been good for my health. I'm sure people have gone bald just because of crypto. Thankfully, not me.
There's a way to play it right, but I will say I did feel a bit jilted that the one night I got assassinated in my sleep by Tomb with the 2. That's never happened to me before. I usually wake up to similar price action as when I went to sleep, but that threw me for a loop. It was very frustrating. But all right.
To the viewers, look after your health. It will actually help you in your career, and I promise you that.
Yeah, eating different does change a lot. I won't turn it into a health thing, but literally the key to happiness is you just run maybe once a week or something, and if you feel, I don't know, your
body is a temple, and you should treat it as such.
Yeah, and to do the opposite of whatever Tyson does to his body.
I'm trying a different diet now.
You ordered Uber Eats 15 minutes ago.
Yes, you did. You ordered Subway, Uber Eats, it actually delayed this very podcast. Yeah.
So starting tomorrow, I'm going to start. I'm gonna cut out all like ultra processed food from my diet. So like no like none of that fake fucking plastic, quote unquote, American cheese,
microplastics.
Yeah.
No processed.
No like pasta.
No added sugar. No added sugar.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna take the xylitol pill and buy some xylitol.
It's the last 5 seconds. You don't have the talent or the dedication, so.
Oh wow.
Nah, he can do it. I think
thanks for the
Tyson. Prove me wrong.
If Tyson were to, just get back, you used to be that guy, Tyson, and I want you to be that guy again. Like, you were the one I fell in love with, but you're just not the.
Oh, okay. The spark's gone.
You're not the man I want
to. Hey, all I can say is exercise regularly, don't eat a lot of bread, and don't drink on weekdays. That's step 1. And then after that, maybe things will fall into place. But that's just me.
And cut out processed sugar. Literally all added sugar.
So we talked about crypto. We talked about some depressing stuff. We talked about some not so depressing stuff. Let's just do a palate cleanser because I know we've all been there, and I'm going to see it again. I fucking loved, and I don't care. You should call me whatever the fuck you want. You can say my mouth is wide open, pointing at the screen.
Go.
I fucking loved Doctor Strange 2. It was one of the best Marvel movies I've ever seen in my life. I want
What?
Yes, I want Scarlet Witch to stomp on my dick and pop it open. I loved when they made John Krasinski shrivel up and pop like a fucking grated cheese. That movie, it took all the best horror elements from Sam Raimi and wasn't afraid to just spew them all over the screen. It was just nonstop fun.
Last week when I said I would choose Marisha Tomei over Elizabeth Olsen. After I saw that, I flipped to Olsen. She is.
I am Olsen pilled so hard.
Well, put it this way: who would you rather suck your dick to completion?
Oh, come on. Why can't we say something wholesome like, I don't know, raise a family of 5 in a nice suburban house?
Honestly,
that's
the picket fence
fake.
and a grass.
Don't give me that trad shit. You're not Tyson, all right?
I want her to fucking just kill me.
Yes. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
We should tell him the truth.
We should tell him the truth. His Subway order's delayed. We should tell him the truth. No, I would want to have like really sloppy, raunchy, disgusting sexual intercourse with Marissa Tomei. But the other girl, Scarlet Witch actress.
That's quite the contrast to the age group you usually go after.
God, imagine Olsen is like your psycho wife that you love, but Marisha Tomei is like the side bitch that you have in Italy.
Oh man!
God damn! Look, all I can say is the movie wasn't afraid to do some outlandish things, and it changed up the formula of the typical Marvel bullshit, and I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to see it again.
I am so glad she mogged the fuck out of Captain Carter. I don't know why. Like Captain Carter pissed me the fuck. She was so cocky for no fucking reason. She's
pretty hot as well.
Sure, but like she just had that smugness to her, and I'm glad she killed her.
She chopped her in half.
Like what the fuck is she thinking? Like throwing a shield at her, like you do something. Trust me, bro.
I can do this all day. Well, apparently you can't.
I can do this all day.
Yeah, then cuts her in half. I didn't like that they didn't have the balls to show Captain Marvel get shredded, but whatever. That's not.
She crushed.
You know what was comfy?
Her.
It was comfy seeing Professor X again. I like that.
Yeah. I was. We should tell him the truth.
We should tell him the truth. Our Doctor Strange.
Yeah, they didn't make American Chavez that annoying, but she's kind of cute with her makeup on at the end. So,
I do find it interesting though that so like prior to the movie's release. Prior to the movie's release, I think a lot of people were anticipating the debut of Superior Iron Man, and it was kind of like hinted at in the trailers because they show Ultron bots and stuff, which implies the existence of a Tony Stark in their universe, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, of course.
I thought it was
a far more advanced one at that because
that made them.
Did you have more to say about that? Because I have something to say about that.
Well, I was going to say that a lot of Redditors and just other guys I think a lot of people in general are quite salty at the lack of cameos in the movie.
Well, people thought, and it was apparently something that was very highly regarded to be true, was that
Tom Cruise?
Exactly.
Yeah.
They thought Tom Cruise would show up as Superior Iron Man, which I would have liked to see. I would have loved to see that, but it is what it is. I didn't want. We already had fucking Endgame and Spider-Verse. I don't need important cameos. You know, I didn't need that. I don't know why you need that. You're smarter than that. I don't know why.
No, I didn't know. Listen, I really like the movie as well. I was looking forward to Tom Cruise, and I was hoping just like for a glimmer that we'd see Toby's universe just for a second.
Well, you already had a whole movie of it.
No, I mean him in. I mean him in universe.
That's just your obsession with Spider-Man, so you need to let him go for a movie or two. So.
I want to say that I think this is quite clearly building towards Secret Wars.
Yes, it will, without a
doubt.
Hold on,
just off topic for a second, but
we're already pretty off.
Speaking of Tom Cruise, the new fucking Top Gun film looks fucking sick, dude. I'm not even gonna lie.
It is looking interesting. Yeah,
I have zero interest in that movie, and I am a Tom. All right, you know what? We'll do this right now. What's the best Tom Cruise movie?
Mission Impossible 6.
Oh, wow. Okay. The one with Henry Cavill, right? That's the most recent one. You think that's his best movie?
Yep.
Okay. What do you think?
I can't name all the ones I've watched off the top of his head, so I'm just gonna say Tropic Thunder because it's funny, right?
Why don't you stay back and fuck your own face?
I will fuck you.
I will fuck you.
We are flaming dragon.
Listen, Jack, Asia is my territory.
I don't know what this Pan-American
Simple
bullshit
Jack is my territory. We never go full retard.
No, best
I'm
Tom
just a dude pretending to be a dude, pretending to be another dude.
There you go. No, best one is A Few Good Men with Tom Cruise. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Yep, best Tom Cruise movie.
You know what was
ever.
Kino?
Not even close.
Fucking Risky Business. I love that film.
I actually never saw that one. So, but that's like his breakout movie. So
Yeah,
But
it's basically him getting with a prostitute, and then everything fucks up in his life.
Sounds like you. But I'll just say, I keep saying a lot of things real quick. I had COVID 2 years ago, and I had COVID over Christmas, and each time I watched every Mission Impossible twice. So I am a compendium of Mission Impossible. They're fucking great movies, and they get better as the series goes on. 2 is
What's
just
your favorite?
unwatchable. Ghost Protocol. Ghost Protocol, when they blow
That's
up.
a good one, yeah.
Yeah, when they blow up everything or in Russia in the beginning, that whole movie's incredible. The girl, it's the hottest girl. She's like some half black chick. She's so hot. It's ridiculous. It's just a great movie.
What'd you think of 6?
but-
Did you like 6?
I liked 6 as well. I didn't like the way they ended it with a helicopter chase. It felt kind of weird to me, but Henry Cavill does so well, and I want Vanessa Kirby to chop my dick off with a knife.
Yeah.
And what's the other chick? Rebecca Ferguson. She's great in that too. I love that one. It's probably either the second or third best one out of all of them. But Ghost Protocol just has everything perfectly put together in like a neat package. So, but I love those movies. You guys have anything else to add while we're way off topic? Or I can do this all day.
I can do this all day.
I'll just say one more thing. I've been watching Steve Harvey clips on YouTube, and he's fucking based, dude.
Come
on. He's so fucking funny.
Are you
dude.
watching ones of him on Family Feud?
So Family Feud when he goes for commercial breaks, he does like stand up. He does like stand up. He says like, now you got to buy. Every man should have 12 suits. You need a cream colored suit, a purple suit, and a navy suit. And if you get like 4 shirts, you can make 75 suit combinations. Or something
Did you see the one where he came across his twin brother in the audience? He doesn't have a twin, but like a literal like for like.
Really, it looked just like
in
him.
the audience. Looks just like him, and like he's just like doing his normal thing, and he just freezes for a second, looks and like stares into the audience, and he's like, "Why is me sitting on the like wait?" He's like, "Why is there a me sitting in the audience?" It's like, "Get up here, man!"
Oh my!
And he just hugs him.
That is really funny. I just love the way that I don't know if he's miserable or super happy on that show because it's an easy gig, but the questions
like a really happy guy.
The questions are along the lines of, what's a thing that you take a big plastic dildo and jam it into? And then the girl's like, a vagina. And he's like, oh my God, my God. And then the thing's like, ding, and it's like,
with something long, hard, and you suck on a penis. Oh my gosh.
But
he said it.
He either reacts immediately or he does like the one where he stares at them in disbelief, fake disbelief. It's just he's got a whole. My favorite thing from Steve Harvey, and they try and dunk on him for this video, but okay, being a child is thinking this video is embarrassing, but growing up is realizing is that it's fucking based. There's a whole interview with him saying that if you are an atheist, he doesn't want to interact with you in any way. He said, how can I interact with a human being that has no moral basis in God? And he goes on this long thing. He's like, that person could do anything they wanted to me because they have no morality. I'll only interact with people who believe in God and are Christians. And I'm like, oh man, when you're younger, you're like, oh my gosh, he's so close-minded. But then you get older, it's just like, amen, brother, amen. So I fucking love Steve Harvey. I want to do like a Tyson Family Feud, like Who's a fat Asian degenerate who gets Subway? You know, name a fat. I don't know.
Every week
like
he's
that.
fixing his life. You know, I know what we need for Tyson is Dr. Phil.
Yes, we
No,
do. We
no.
do.
So Tyson, tell me about the problems you're seeing in your life. right
You
now.
keep ordering spaghetti because your mother never, you know, something along those
And
lines.
actually, hold on. I'm looking through the list of foods that you just ate, and you just ate 3,000 calories of Subway. Now, you told me that you've been eating you've not been eating unprocessed garbage. It says here you ate 35 grams of mayonnaise. Now, I'll
Now,
have you know,
Tyson,
as a doctor,
it says
that's
you
not
listed
good
here-
for your body.
Tyson, it says you listed your career as professional cryptocurrency trader. Is that true?
Like, I can just imagine Tyson like sat down on the couch and he's got like a fucking snapback and like a gold chain and everything.
Oh
He's
my
like,
Man, shut up, man.
man,
Man, you see my
Think-
fucking
think
Rolex on
doctor,
this
man.
wrist?
Oh,
shit.
jeez.
What the fuck you think you're talking to, man? Talking to the real motherfucker around, man.
Oh my
Get
god.
the fuck out of here with that shit, dog.
All right. I am going to I'm gonna reel it all.
Well, I want to say one more
back.
thing.
Oh no! Oh no!
If you watch WWE, you'll cringe.
Oh, absolutely, 100% on board.
I just wanna make that
little
clear.
known fact,
Actually,
I
I
hooked
disagree.
up with a WWE star. I won't
Oh
say her
yeah,
name.
you've never told that story on. Oh,
Yep,
come
and I
on, come
won't
on.
be saying it on air. Let's just say.
Can you tell the story at
first,
least?
Her first name starts with an M. I don't. We were at a bar in the city, and she followed me into the bathroom and came up behind me and hugged me from behind while I was at a urinal. And she said, "Is this how people introduce themselves to you?" And I just, you know, her hand stayed around me, and then I
Damn.
turned, washed my hands, and then we went at it in the bathroom. And, you know, then we saw each other a few times after that. But she's a good kid.
Moira, I have one question for you. What's his name?
Are you ready
Yeah,
for the WWE Super Slam?
Moyer Dick Smash. Yeah, exactly. So maybe we should have her on here. Maybe I can make up with her. Who knows? But after I denounced her, you know, it's,
I didn't denounce her.
You did not. You denounced
Oh.
WWE. So
Oh no.
know what?
WWE is cringe except for her.
WWE
Okay.
is so cringe, it just becomes based again.
she's retired now, but yeah, you might be right. I think the people who watch that listen to people say they don't like it, but the people who watch it know that it's fake and they just enjoy the show. I watched this shitty vampire spinoff show called Legacies that just got canceled. I know it's shit, but I watch it. I think they feel the same way. They're invested in the storylines and whatnot, and it's nostalgic for them too. So just a real quick thing. I don't know. During when Hulk Hogan was really popular, my dad was on TV for half a second and like ripped his shirt like in front of
Hulk Hogan, brother.
Yeah, exactly. It's so funny. But all right, fair enough. Do you have anything else to close us out with, or what?
Yes, so I am an Afro-Guatemalan man married to a Latina, and I'm gonna have my second child due in a week's time, and also I have a
You're gay.
bowl of Doritos and some homemade guacamole, and okay, Tyson, your
Sick.
turn.
Thank you for that.
Be careful. There might be one more scam dump.
Mhm.
But let's just say this: if Bitcoin dumps to 24K, I am a big buyer there. That's
Okay. All right, fair enough. Me too. And then I guess for myself in closing, Harry, you better sleep with your fucking security system